every series. And I really do feel like ex-Direwolves has a reasonable chance of picking this up, and that would make this tournament all the more spicier. This is the last RMR, and like I said before, if Renegades wins this game, they just go to the major. It doesn't matter what Order does. But if ex-Direwolves wins this game and sends Renegades into a match against Order, then that could potentially determine whether Order can have a chance of actually going to the major and leapfrogging Renegades.
Let's see if either of those realities become, reality, so to speak. No easy way to put it. Either way, we're 30 seconds into the pistol round, and RNG are starting to get a bit aggressive over towards ramp, try to draw out those early rotations, but now busting in towards A, looking to go in with a God Flash, but it's a double CT Heaven setup, and make it a triple. Okay. Planted for an X, and it's just going to be a flood from Heaven, but nothing goes the way of ex-Direwolves now. Renegades holding down the fort on site, and it's APOC in a 1-on-5 to try to clutch this, mate. Oh, he's found himself that first kill, but things are going to get extremely spicy, and it's going to be Renegades that will have to throw the round if he has any opportunity here.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening. It kind of seemed like ex-Direwolves, they got absolutely wiped in towards Heaven there. No other way to put it. He didn't have a kit available to him. And Renegades going to win that first pistol easy as you like. That's going to get them off to the right start here. But ex-Direwolves, they never let these second rounds go by the wayside. No doubt they're going to force into it. They are that team that every second round, no matter the context, they will buy and try to put the pressure back on the other team.
Well, into the second, they've done just that. A couple of digs here, MP9 to play with. A few smokes, but not a huge amount of utility. Let's see what Renegades do to play on the anti-eco, or the anti-force rather, probably expecting the buy. Straight outdoor they've gone, and it's Hats to find himself an opening, 18 HP, and now Renegades looking to target the lower side.
Yeah, that quick vent drop, they call the audible straight down in towards lower. No CTs really in position to be able to do anything about it, and now they are down in the 3-on-5, so the objective moves from trying to win this round to potentially just trying to get some damage done to the CTs if they can even get that.
Ooh, bit of a tussle over towards outers there. Sicko wins it, pulling that sidearm out much faster than going for the reload. Molly as well, towards one side of Mega, has a falls, and it's up to Savage to try to make this happen. But it's a big dream for a little man with just a deagle in hand. And he might be able to find a rifle, maybe an exit or two, but the angle's probably not going to favor him here. It certainly won't check that corner either. Ali regressing, and it's Renegades to bag themselves an early second.
There's no slow start here for Renegades. Straight into the action, very fast, up-tempo pistol round, up-tempo anti-force. They close both out convincingly, and now ex-Direwolves have to go back to the drawing board. They're going to have to take a save and look for that buy in towards round number 4. And, if we talk about that upset in DreamHack Open, that's probably the most relevant result, as well as the grand final. But it was the last time that ex-Direwolves were actually able to get a series victory over the Renegades. And it's worth mentioning that, I casted that game. Renegades were definitely not looking this hot straight off the bat. No slow start this time around.
Drift up just behind that smoke, and Inz is not going to be able to travel to safety through secret. So spam through the smoke works out for one. That gives ex-Direwolves the man advantage, but from here it's okay. Licky with the Zeus of all things. Picking himself up a rifle as well. Has a molly to play with, just fun timing. Molly thrown, and another. How's he done this? Sicko able to find one from the grave, but things get complicated now for Renegades.
I think we're witnessing a robbery unfold right before our eyes right now. Renegades got to convert this 2-on-5 without really a whole lot of map control. Both Hats and Alistair just clinging to what they can in lobby, starting to relocate back through that ramp side. Sterling's already down in lower, sitting in towards windows. He's got a molly as well as a Mac 10 to his name, so he could potentially buy some time for some rotations and make Renegade's life a little bit harder, and we're really running the clock down at this point.
20 seconds. You really need to get a move on. Trying to clear out everything in sight, but again, there's just so much to deal with. Smoking single, watching double seems to be the call of order, but Sterling Sneaking in through control, now spotted, but values his life, and it's that control. Molly forces him out, but he's going to find one before falling, and there you have it. Quick retake. Renegades, they get the bomb plant, but it's the round that goes the way of ex-Direwolves. Oh my lord. Picking it up with just some USPs, a couple of sharp shots. Zeus as well in the mix there from Licky, doing a damn good job at ramp to hold it down.
Oh boy. You know, Mac, I've seen a couple of games so far in IEM Fall in the Oceanic region, and we've had what I would describe as, you know, more sort of chess match games. Not too much of a fiesta, some solid strats going on. Both teams kind of trading blows in a more sort of conventional fashion, but does seem like the opposite here today. Already we get Renegades in round number 3, get eco'd. And now their economy will not be thanking them for it. They're going to have to go through their entire bank account. They were hoping to get into this half in towards round number 3 with a 3-0 lead and good money to boot, but it's not going to happen. And now ex-Direwolves with the investment straight back in.
Just trying to find some time in here, and Sterling, huge damage onto him through the smoke, but over the top of the Molly. APOC picks up a double, and things get a little rough again for Renegades. However, there is 3 CTs who are so damn low. Sterling picking up another. Make it 4 now. Hasler on 5 HP as well. But Sicko and Molt, they need to hit some ridiculously sharp shots if they want to make this happen.
Yeah, look, there is a lot of low players. You mentioned it, which makes it very doable. These Renegades players definitely do have a lot of clutch potential. We've seen it time and time again. But, you know, it's the same thing that I kind of mentioned in that last round. They really don't have great map control. They're still sitting in lobby with 50 seconds on the clock. It's not like they have some kind of unfair advantage.
Let's see if they can find or anything. Hazard almost losing his life there, but just not quite tagged. And Sicko just looking to try to lessen the spacing between him and his teammate. Savage here at Sally. Nade body tag as well. Big damage onto Malta. And Renegades, as you mentioned, absolutely robbed, maybe for 2 rounds in a row. Oh, there's one for Sicko, but he's going to have to do it all himself. And there's a slow but sure flank coming through as well. Sterling gazing from above. Sicko sharp on the rifle and drops down to lowers. So 3 CTs, all within an inch of their life. A couple of torso shots might do it, but it's Hazard to stand and deliver there on the B site, locking it down on 5 HP. Oh my, Renegades, they are going to be kicking themselves if they watch that one later.
1.9k in the bank for 3 of the players here on Renegades. Just barely more for Malta. This is a bit of a nightmare. They get eco'd, and then the very next round goes the way of ex-Direwolves with some of the weapons that they picked up. And now, what a massive economic swing. You know, you talk about the conventional way that a lot of these games go after the T side manages to get pistol and convert the anti-force. Usually that's the dream, but it is quickly turned in the opposite direction. Ex-Direwolves now in the anti-eco. Plenty of money on the bank. Things are getting a little bit spicy now. Looks like ex-Direwolves getting it back under control. I was getting a little bit worried there.
Yeah. Well, there's a nice little opening. They're going to need some more from here. And it looks like instant position's been spotted, bombed down. Hazard, open arms there at ramp. It's going to be 3 on the board for ex-Direwolves. So, bit of a rough start, but then, you know, managing to get that USP round on the board certainly put some gas into the tank. But in the round 6 we go, and Renegades are back on a bite.
I mean, you know, when you get those first 2 rounds go the way of the other team and they're super up-tempo rounds where they're kind of just rolling you over, it can definitely be a bit deflating, but no doubt you win yourself an eco round, and that's getting all the boys fired up again. And looks like ex-Direwolves fired up and fueled up as well. All the money to be able to buy up whatever they want, all the utility, aggression in towards that radio, and actually towards Hut as well, I think, has not gone well at all. Ex-Direwolves just dropping like flies.
Ali just trying to spot some aggression in towards lobby now. Renegade's happy to hold, but Hazard finds that equalizer. Sneaking forward over towards ramp. He might be hungry for some more, and he's going to find it. Headshot found. And this man is just tapping everything. Can he do it all single-handedly, though? Or is Licky here to back him up?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure Licky's really required here. Don't mess with his mojo right now. It was a 3-on-5. This man just pushes lobby and gets himself 3 kills. Ex-Direwolves, they're playing fearless. A walk push through outers from Sterling. These guys are brimming with confidence right now.
Oh, so much so. He's even pulled the knife out for a moment. Ali out on the A site manages to find that opening as well. Flash to heaven knowing that Hazard's in that position. Tries to get to safety. How's the spray control? Not good enough. And Hazard falling onto the ramp is enough to keep him alive. But Ali still able to win it. Big nade as well. Just barely misses the mark. Tapping off of top of hut. And Ali taps onto Hazard. So he'll be slightly more effective now. 20 seconds though. And the bomb is in the hands of Sterling. Who's going to make the first move here? And who's going to make the right move? Ali. Bomb in sight, but Sterling knows he's only got one way to go to win it. Holds the line, holds the cross, and connects as well. AWP retrieved at the end, but another round for ex-Direwolves when they had the disadvantage at the early round.
Absolutely, they were in a 3-on-5. Hazard just takes matters into his own hands, goes and starts multi-fragging like a champion. This is why this man is one of the most promising players in our region. A lot of experience under his belt, but he's still young. He's still got that zoomer aim on the rifle. And he puts it to great use there. Renegades. I mean, we're seeing some rounds that they really should not be dropping. A full eco and then a 3-on-5 falling by the wayside there. This is not the kind of form you want to be bringing into if this is going to be a very important match to you.
Looks like they've gone for a deep wall of smokes, just trying to find something, but APOC. No protocol to jump up on the container instead is more than enough. Sterling able to pick one up, falling away, but is he going to be expecting more? A couple of Tech 9s trying to chase him down. Ali, he wants that AWP. He's found it as well. Big pick up there with the Tech 9 and is unable to lurk into Annex. Hat's ready for that late push into lowers. And now it's all up to Ali. His position known though, so we'll see how ex-Direwolves navigate the rest of the round.
Yeah, still got to go and pick that bomb up. But the CTs are pretty split up. Definitely need to be careful not giving extra opportunities to Alistair. Give him a lot of space right now. Just try to maintain that man advantage.
Here comes the shot. Savage will close things off and keep the economy stable there for ex-Direwolves. You know, 3 alive. Not losing any more. It's definitely going to help them going forward. And Renegades able to buy up again, even without the bomb plant. They've just got full round loss bonus now.
Hell of a start for ex-Direwolves. That's 5 in a row now, right? Their money's looking great.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Renegades really going to have to work for this major spot. You love to see it.
Yeah, it's not going to be a walk in the park, and you really love a nice competitive game between both these teams. So we'll see what ends up going on. Renegades again, just standoffish, expecting some more aggression from ex-Direwolves.
Yeah, they threw those outer smokes, and I think that's exactly right. They are kind of expecting the aggression out of the CT side off the back of maybe thinking that they can get away with some kind of a lobby crunch or something like that. And again, Hazard, he was quite close up. He's gotten some nice chip damage with the HE nade and a bit of spam through. Oh, but Sicko just ends him. Not going to be able to get away with that multiple times, and Renegades now going to start dropping down into lower.
But are they going to be able to make it down in time? They've managed to get the trade onto APOC. Licky as well, making some noise over towards Decon. Just trying to cause a distraction, but it's just firing up and stopping this flank from coming through too soon. Savage going on an advanced line, but Ince, not going to be caught too far down. But Savage, look, 1v3 with an AWP in hand. I'm not going to back him this time. ex-Direwolves, I think they've had a little bit of luck for the first couple of rounds. Some good, fortunate timings.
Yeah.
Savage not going to be pushing it too hard this time.
Yeah, I think Renegades kind of said to themselves, like, we're not going to get caught by that again.
Yeah.
And they've done a good job of isolating Hazard there. And they also trade out APOC quite nicely, so not allowing the CTs to multi-frag like we've seen a couple of times this game. Seems like Renegades much more on top of things. They're going to finish up that next gun round, but they've still got more work to do. Like we were talking about before, many rounds in a row there for ex-Direwolves. Does build up their economy on the CT side. They save up an AWP as well, so It's going to be an expensive round to be investing back into, but they have more than enough funds to be able to do it.
Oh well. Savage able to go for the belated trade, but that's all he'll get. An AWP saved as well, definitely helping out the economy. Meaning we can see a big green in this round, and still a huge amount of utility for the CTs. Renegades again, just running it back, just throwing a default util, trying to bait out any extra utility from those CTs early. Just hold that lobby control.
Yeah, Sterling aggressive on outside, not wanting the T's to take any control over here. Here comes the outside wall of smokes, but Sterling being quite disruptive to this T side map control, and he's going to get out scot-free.
Great couple of supporting flashes as well. I think APOC had one in hand and just ready and waiting to use it. And thought he might have wanted some more over the top of the container as well. But look, two-man advantage. Ex-Direwolves, they're just going to slow things down. Go back to those default positions. Or as I say that, APOC playing a risky game. It's interesting to see Ali back on the AWP today. Oh, has a head taken straight off there by Sicko. Is that RNG's way back into the round?
It could be. See them turn around many situations like this before. Starting to get the wrap in towards ladder base. Think it's going to be a push back in towards upper with 30 seconds on the clock here. Only one player down in lower for ex-Direwolves.
Awkward engagement as well. Someone shooting up, someone shooting down. And no one committing to the spam, but it's Sterling there from Lockers who will mop up the scraps of Sicko. And it's Ali again on a 1-on-4, but he's been Pinocchio'd, Mitch. And there you go, Licky picks up the final kill. 4 alive. I did appreciate the other day you coining that term and bringing it back
I did, but it's not common knowledge yet. So how about you explain it for yourself in your own words rather than me butcher your terminology for all of our lovely viewers here at IEM Fall?
Well, I can't remember it to a T, but essentially it's, when your barrel goes around the corner and it reveals your position. And, if you don't want to be Pinocchio'd, you go for the shorter weapons. You go for the SMGs, the pistols, etc. But you can also make it play in your advantage, when you're baiting them by poking your nose around and you're flinging it around. Anyway, you're telling fibs, you're telling lies. So you got a long nose. That's essentially it. There's nothing really to it other than, it's a term. It's a new term. There you go.
Thanks for informing everybody. I
What we're
feel
here for.
enlightened. I think Hazard might feel enlightened if he gets caught off here. Might think twice about aggressing in that part of the map again. Renegade's really waiting for it. Sterling's over here with the AWP this time, though.
Ooh, nice little pop flash, Sterling. Looks straight at it and is going to be Hazard to mop things up. Fighting himself the triple from the short side, and Sterling still here and able to fight Collat to close it. Oh my lord, that ramp defense is on lock. Look at it again. Blink and you miss it, Mitch. You got 3 for Hazard, 2 for Sterling. A crossfire, it just works out perfectly. It was kind of a bait and switch in the end. 2 huge individual efforts back to back.
Yeah, you see the
Renegades. It's going to be hard for him.
You see the timeout come out, and we're seeing like layers of adaptation from both teams, right? You had the initial aggression in there on the 3-on-5 from Hazard, and he's shown the tendency a couple of times to aggress over towards radio, over towards that ramp room side. Renegades really trying to isolate him, and they did a pretty nice job of that a couple of rounds ago. And then ex-Direwolves come back again. They float over that extra player on the AWP and lock it down. So both teams really changing things up on a multi-round basis. Renegades now find themselves down 7-3. They take a tactical pause, have a chat about the game, and they're going to go for a half bite.
We're just knocking on the door early there. Ali's saying, hey, what you doing, boys? Can we come to the A site this time? No? Okay. Lets himself back out as well. And Renegades just hitting the brakes. Again, just hoping that ex-Direwolves go for a faster play. Look to punish. Just really just running it back. Going through all the steps here.
Well, the name of the game is definitely damage here. I mean, the money's still pretty good for ex-Direwolves. They're not sure if they're going to be too concerned, but it never hurts to take a couple of guns out of the CT's hands. And let's be real, Renegades do have some upset potential with these pistols.
You can see Ince wanting to go out first there with that Tech 9 as well. So here's the flash off to Ali, who's going to use it to try to get the boys in, but Savage saw it coming, so it's have absolutely no effect for the moment. Ali swinging wide, looking for a trade, but the A1S is on bloody fire at the moment. APOC as well, just smashing his way off the ladder to find another, and there you have it. Ex-Direwolves, 5-round lead as we go into round 12.
This is what we wanted to see from them. First round of the game as well. This is Renegades map pick, and they were able to start and choose that CT side. And sometimes that can be something that comes back to haunt you in the current economy. If you know, you end up in one of these situations where you get your economy reset time and time again. But this has actually gone very well for ex-Direwolves. They're setting themselves up quite nicely for a strong game of Nuke here. But you know, couple of rounds away. Hold on. There's that aggression again. Ex-Direwolves try to roll with the confidence, but they're punished for it.
It's good to see Renegades finally getting themselves some form of advantage. And they've been losing players really early for many a round this half. Only really winning one of their gun rounds. Still trying to figure things out, but Sterling just poking aggressively, holding the close line with the AWP. It's a dangerous decision, but it works out. And it brings the numbers back to an even standpoint. Yeah. Although, you know, it's usually T favored when it is, you know, 4-on-4. However, Sicko's gone as well. Just taking the one-on-one with Hazza.
He's still doing it to him. And hold on, we've had ships go past each other in the night. One player going all the way around on the CT side. Hats drops from Annex. This could get very awkward.
Oh, there we are, APOC. Position reveal, just barely missing the head from the flank now, but also just creating a huge amount of chaos. But he's gone loud all the way back to outers, so he should know that he's rotating out. They're still cautious of the position. Ali just hoping someone peeks into his line, and there it is, Licky will become the victim this time. And now maybe a chance for Renegades to get back in the round, but the big man Hazza is still alive and kicking. Ince falls as well. That aggression from Sterling. And over the top, Ali tried to go. Did not work, though. Eyes in the sky. And ex-Direwolves now with the 6-round lead. 9-3 over Renegades on Renegades map pick. But of course, ex-Direwolves have been excelling on the defense lately. Things could completely change in that second half. Yeah,
no doubt. And this is why ex-Direwolves is such a scary team at the moment. Just look at the frag distribution across the board. There's no weak link on this squad. 4 kills difference between all of them. Every single player has been holding their position down quite nicely, doing a lot of damage. On the other hand, RNG, I mean, it's weird to see Inns have a bit of a quiet game. And actually, I think that when I watch Renegades do well on the T side of this map, Inns is often that player lurking through outside, creating space. And I just haven't really seen too much of that in this game. So I haven't really seen Renegades play to their strengths very much, but seeing Inns in a position like that does fill me with a bit more confidence.
Let's see if APOC is going to be able to hold down the fort down here on B, because he's got a couple of T's that he might have to take contact with. Control room windows are still unbroken for the moment, but Haz is also down here lurking in behind the doors, and there's the bust, but it's not going to work out for the T's. It's Hazza on the short side, making light work of them, but the trade will come through eventually. Savage well, all the way down towards Mega, just trying to stop this bomb from being planted, but Ince with the Deeg in hand and 50 seconds in his back pocket might be able to find a chance here.
He's got himself an A1S. Still stuck over towards Windows side, hasn't been able to do the sneaky through the fence and try to reroute back into upper. He's going to cut sound for a little while, try to bait out one of these CTs to push, and he has found him, but Licky a little bit quicker on the draw, and that's going to be double digits for ex-Direwolves. It's just the anti-eco coming out here. So look, Renegades, they go into this next gun round. They've got that loss bonus built up, so if they get a bomb plant, they've got 2 gun rounds to close out this half, and they can potentially try to squeeze 5 rounds together, but if you're ex-Direwolves, you're feeling great about how this half is going, and you know, this is going to be them feeling confident, feeling good heading through the rest of this series as well.
Just look at how much economy is there, so no thoughts about no buys into the next. It's going to be a really rough fight for Renegades. However, this round's become that little bit easier. Early pick onto Sterling. Renegades now just trying to figure out how to trade this down, but Licky Able to go for another 1-for-1 over towards Annex, but Savage as well on the offline. He's right out in the open and really has to fight for it. And it's going to work out as well because there's a crossfire between him and APOC, and out is Savage with another as Malta swings and things go from bad to worse for Renegades as APOC finishes it off onto Sicko, trying to make his way to heaven, and we could be on for a 12-3 half.
You know, I didn't actually really think about it that much, but with the A1 coming in, angles like that from above hut in towards Annex, that shot gets like 10 times easier than with the A4. Like, you can just tap away and you can hold down that position much, much better with the A1S, I feel. And that multi-frag looked a lot less laborious than with an A4. And 11's up, you're right, 12-3 on the cards here. Very, very quick play straight out of Annex here. They're going to start to roll straight into upper. The entry's already come out for in, so now ex-Direwolves going to be behind the 8 ball a little bit, have to play catch-up, trying to spam through the smokes.
Yeah, APOC just getting tagged up a little bit over through that Annex smoke as well. You can see the CTs now trying to position themselves to go for a retake from heaven. A couple of flashes to come through. Looks like there's going to be a wave of them, but it does not work out at all. Those Ts were expecting it. Renegades just all playing anti there and peeking on the CT's flashes. But the second wave coming in now. It's going to be APOC and Sterling just trying to find the line, but the T's positioned appropriately. Sterling, one re-entry, taps the head of Hats, but Hats has the higher caliber with the AK in hand, and there you have it. 11-4 at the half, and ladies and gentlemen, we've got a second half to get to, so it's time for another break. But we'll be right back with the second half.
I've come to make a name, ready for battle, cause I got a thing to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you a mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger, so meet the monster I came to conquer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to IEM Fall 2021 for the Oceanic region. At the moment, ex-Direwolves had a spectacular first half on the CT side, getting 11 rounds over Renegades, but look, you can never say never because the CT side with that A1S buff can provide so much goodness, and it's Renegades' turn to defend.
No doubt, but you're certainly putting Renegades under the pump. They've got a little bit more on the line in this match than ex-Direwolves do. An 11-4 half. They are not going to let them just take this major spot with ease in, starting the CT pistol out nicely. And actually, the USP is starting to sing a little bit. A 3-on-5 here for ex-Direwolves, and they're all stuck in towards ramp.
Ali just jiggling for that info as well, just trying to play the numbers game. Ints falls, and so do ex-Direwolves. Looking to commit to the lower site now, making a bit of noise and seeing how quickly these CTs rotate. Starting to make their way forward as well. APOC looking to take point in towards double doors. Malta holding strong on the offline and not going to hard clear the corner there for APOC. So Malta picks up another. And it's Licky and Hazard to try to clutch it, but it's a 1-on-3 now. Licky, what's he going to be able to do? He's shooting a bloody painting. Making a painting straight around the head of Sicko, who picks up the final kill. And there you have it, Renegades straight back into the game with the pistol. What are they going to buy into the second? Because ex-Direwolves, as we mentioned in the first half, they love a good force buy.
Yeah, no doubt. But this is where I'm looking, 3.9 Mac. We were just talking about it. This is where you M4 armor. And then if someone tries to force buy against you, you absolutely dome them on those longer angles. So you're already seeing a couple of M4 armors come out. Ins just goes, utility, what's that? And he's looking to be shooting some people. Right, ex-Direwolves, this is a buy-up. Hazard, AK Armor, he's going to be the ultimate raid boss. You've got some pretty decent utility spread across the team. Couple of Mac 10s, almost like a little bit of a Vega throwback. And ex-Direwolves not going anywhere in a rush right now. Maybe taking an extra couple of seconds, trying to build some, bleed some utility out of the CT side. Even just waiting, first 15, 20 seconds of the round in a round like this.
Quickly, before anything happens, I'm pretty sure Hats got dropped the nade in the smoke from Malta, who bought 5 pieces of util.
Yeah.
So, good thinking, someone going down to the MP9 just to get some extra util on the other boys too. So, that's interesting.
Drop extra grenades over to your teammates, spread out the money a little bit more, and then if you're playing a position where the SMG can be a bit more effective. Speaking of which, Sicko's over here at ramp.
And he holds the trigger for the moment. Sicko only good for 1 with the MP5. But there's some ramp control, and ex-Direwolves now with the numbers advantage, but the A1s are still here and ready to frag, and Int is going to put on a show for us. But look at this, 2 CTs already down towards the lower site. Molly just buying some time over towards doors, and ex-Direwolves just trying to plant under Mega. CT's looking to flood here with the 4v3.
Yeah, this could be Hazard's round right now. Where are the CTs going? Okay, just clearing out Secret, but that's allowed Hazard to just go straight up the stairs and put that AK to good use, but Malta gonna double dig him, so ex-Direwolves now trying to complete this 2-on-3. Sterling trying to spam the Deagle like it's the old Deagle, and unfortunately doesn't get those 2 body shots. It takes him 3 shots to finish off the CT there. And at that point, there's just a little bit too much space for the retake to come in, and Renegades get it done. And after all said and done, they will ensure that they pull those 2 rifles across. I think that's what they started the round with, right?
Yes, Ints and Hats both had the A1Ss. Ints upgrading to the AK, or, arguably downgrading depending on what angles you're holding, etc., and preferences. It's a discussion, but it's one that we can have another time, because right now, actually, let's have it now. Why not? Ex-Direwolves, they've taken attack pause, so they knew that we needed to talk about this, Mitch.
Yeah, of course. That's why professional teams take tactical pauses in very, very important RMR games.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. They're going to keep the pressure on Mac. 2 guns kept over for Renegades. Money's still a little shaky. And ex-Direwolves, they are never ones to back down from the early economy fight. They always just keep investing, keep the pressure on until it no longer makes sense to do so.
Yeah. They really love to play the financial game in the long term.
Yeah.
And into round 18 now with a couple of Galils. We'll see if those situations you were talking about, where the Galil up against the A1s now, it's just no longer a viable buy. It's about to be put to a test. Licky just trying to make his way down the vent, and he will get in, but survive for the moment. It's APOC as well, fast towards outers. There's a smoke missing on that wall.
They don't have it
still
back.
Managed to make it.
They can't finish the wall. They physically don't have another smoke. That'll have to do.
Well, they ran out of funding. Pretty unfortunate. Now, all the way down halls, ex-Direwolves are trotting. Just really trying to pick up the pace. APOC leading the charge here into control. Looking to go for a two-pronged attack on the lower side of things. But here at Boat, Sicko is really looking to hold it down. He's got the AK in hand. The next Direwolves are just getting into position, waiting for the perfect time to push. When's that going to be? Doors open, and Sicko was looking the wrong direction this time. So man advantage now there for ex-Direwolves, but not for long. Ali sneaking around the corner to pick up another. And it's 4v4 for potentially the post plant. But Sterling, he's going to be able to defend again.
Yeah, retake coming in for some awkward positions. 2 CTs trying to get towards ramp. It's really not a whole lot going on here. Malta only now just coming down the vents, just dies for free, tries to go down quietly. Licky's just shooting the man's legs, and Renegades, they're going to let this round go by the wayside, start backing away. This is what ex-Direwolves do all the time so successfully. Just fight for that early economy, and it's worked out well for them again. They're going to finish off this round with 4 players up. Renegades keeping 2 guns alive, so I dare say that Renegades will probably drop some rifles over and invest in that next round. Keep trying to fight for it because they are on that double eco territory. But with 4 guns up there for ex-Direwolves, that's kind of the situation where, look, even if this round doesn't go well, they could just buy up if they get a bomb plant. They can half buy. They can keep that pressure on. So this is what we often see between the top couple of teams in Oceania. They never stop fighting for that early game economy advantage, and they just want to try to break the other team.
Well, Renegades don't want to drop any more. This half, things are getting down towards the deep end. Next Direwolves, if they can, put a couple on, then things will get, feel a little more safe as we go forward.
Dude, that wall of smokes on outside, that reminds me of like in the suburb I used to live in. Like they started building a bridge, the local council, and then they ran out of money and it just sat there for like 6 years, unfinished. That's what that was. Just ran out of funds, mate. We started something and we didn't have the money to finish it.
I think there was one of those down on Nowra on the south coast as well, the train bridge actually. So, if you guys ever in Bomaderry, give me a call and I'll tell you where it is. Either way, what's my number? It's 04 something something. Now, round 19, and a very important one for Renegades. They're about to be bang out of luck. They can't stack this one on. They're out of utility already, and they're out of Alistair's as well because he's gone down with the smoke spam. APOC really finding themselves a nice timing. And the line in through the smoke, speeding things up over towards Mega now. Sicko just trying to hold things down, but Hazza so damn sharp on the trade. APOC able to lock down the vent. No, he actually looks away, and Malta gets the better of him with the CZ. So we're back to a 3-on-3. Malta's got that Galil in hand.
Look at the late lurk, though, from Sterling. Both of ex-Direwolves doubled up in towards windows, trying to hold on, trying to buy more time. Flashes just creating a little bit more space for Renegades to come in here, but Savage is going to multi-frag. Hazza finishes off the last player coming through Decon, and ex-Direwolves have done it. They have broken Renegades' money, secured themselves 13 rounds into an anti-eco. That's likely a 14-6. And from there, I don't know what the percentage points are, Mac, but it is pretty clear to me that ex-Direwolves should be winning this game a large portion of the time, and they're going to take attack timeout.
Oh, just to think things through, maybe even just make Renegades feel that one, not only in the financials, but maybe just the tilt factor as well. Losing your map pick is never something you want to see, although we do see it pretty regularly here in Oceania, so I'm not even going to be too worried, honestly.
It's another Friday, mate.
But that being said, Renegades opting to play for potentially overtime because they don't have a huge round loss bonus worked up at the moment. What are we sitting at right now? They've only got 2 at the moment, which means they're only getting, 2,400 next round, or maybe even the 2,400 next round. So
comebacks are so hard on this CT side, man. Like, yeah, 2,400 is the loss bonus there. Thanks, Overlay. I don't have to do mental gymnastics. You can just look at the lovely little overlay. Lovely little HUD. Dude, look at Apoc's play profile picture. Would you peek that man? I would not.
Why not?
Look at him.
I'd say g'day to him.
He'd destroy you.
honestly. No, never. Well, let's see what Renegades are opting for. The 3-man stack at Secret, expecting ex-Direwolves to go towards lower. Looks like Renegades seem to think that ex-Direwolves have the tendencies to go there
Oh,
up against the Ecos.
I love the sound of the strap.
Oh,
Smoke
Molly.
into Annex, smoke onto Windows, Molly Secret. Let's go take that warehouse control.
I think it's one that FaZe would use pretty often in the past, but it's back to that 3-on-3. The USB starting to lay down a little bit of groundwork. Linky actually pulling out the secondary, worried about his bullets. Hazard coming in to save the day. And it's all up to your boy Ali, who already got a kill at Outers. The next Direwolves fully aware that he was in that position, but probably not too worried, considering they planted safe on the A site. Linky expecting him to come up vent. Other team's going to be looking towards up though. Savage, there it is, first line of defense and the last line as well, because he's taking Ali's hair straight off. And taking ex-Direwolves to 14.
Ex-Direwolves are just playing so well. It just,
Oh, yeah.
it just makes me smile from ear to ear to see these lads perform this well. They showed us some great stuff in DreamHack Open. Now into IEM Fall, they're continuing that great form. You know, there were times I casted, Mac, I mean, you were there with me. We casted a whole year plus of like, no one's going to beat Renegades. You can't do it. It's not possible.
I was there. And it was true. You couldn't. And then truckers with attitude did. Ah, what a team.
Yeah.
Well, you know, someone finding some success in the long line of victories that Renegades once had.
Yeah.
Now, ex-Direwolves really starting to fire up and showing that it's not just a one-horse race for the moment. Elbow spotted and Ince will get back to safety. Licky, very cautious with a bit of a jump peek at Outers. Ali, though, just gazing down his scope at ramp and waiting for some pressure on the opposing side of the map.
He's getting flashes thrown at him. He just doesn't care. He keeps taking those fights, but maybe he shouldn't have. Sterling a little bit faster, a little bit sharper. Molotov into elbow as well. Pushes Ins out into the open, and it's another one. This young duo who just snaps his head off. Apoc controlling things at Outers. There is just nothing that could go wrong for ex-Direwolves right now.
They are just collapsing on this A site position so appropriately, and it's just... Hats cannot do anything there at Tetris. You're not able to put any pieces together. Did he? Oh, no. Oh, that is frantic. You know, when you're stuck in that position, things are going to go wrong. But, you know, taking your silencer off, maybe it wasn't the right choice at the time. I'm going to say it was probably a misclick, Pilski, if we run it back.
No, I
but
think
look,
he had time
there was,
to get that
no fighting his
silencer
way
off,
out.
and he was trying to work on the multi-frag. You know, it was a long. He was in it for the long haul. All right. Oh boy, 15-6. Bit of a scuff by coming out here for RNG. Next Direwolves, they're going to slow roll them again, Mac.
It's just progressive. Renegades unable to do anything aggressive as well because I think Malta, look, he tried to push through a smoke last round to find a timing, and unfortunately there was a whole lot of eyes on his position, so ex-Direwolves reading Renegades like a book here on Nuke. A bit of damage going to be traded. Savage down to half. So still a world where Renegades can win this round because they need to. They want to make this series easy, or at least just get back into the game. Ince finally finding some form of happiness with the scout.
Yeah, it's a good shot through the smoke in towards door. Ex-Direwolves now going into a 1-3. Most of the lads going over towards that lobby area. Apoc working outside, but even he's falling back into lobby. Hazard now starting to probe uppers.
On Malta. I don't know if he's making any noise jumping up onto Hut there. He seems to have gone a very silent way, but he's going to be spotted regardless. Hazard not missing much today. Apoc coming in on the flank. Ali not spotting that one. Ince gets a knife for vengeance, but unfortunately it hasn't led to too much. Sicko in a 1-on-2 needs to perform with a silenced SMG with the MP5 to make this one happen for Renegades. Just edging around Tetris here, and oh, he's going to be able to find one. Potential for an upgrade, but which way is Licky coming from? Looks like he's just holding that lobby control, waiting for a tap before making a move, and there's no kit on Sicko. Licky. Oh, he's not going for peak initially. Sicko could have landed it, but it's Licky the little bit sharper this time. 16-6 at the end of the map.